Closing out the week on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, Jake the Snake Schultz, Derek Brandale. As always, live on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, Sportsnet 960 in Calgary, Sportsnet Plus, and posted on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube if you can't catch us live. Doug MacLean. It's Friday already. Did I get that right?
Yes, quick week.
Off the rails Friday. Doug MacLean once again coming in. Now, what was the deal? He was supposed to golf. He didn't golf.
I woke up this morning and I texted him like probably around 7:30. He's like, called me. Like, oh, we're doing the call now. Okay.
Oh, boy.
So we talked. Yeah. And he was golfing. He was worried about the pace and he didn't want to leave us hanging. So we might have to do 3:30, but he texted me and said he's good for 3:05. So
Did you golf today?
I did. Did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't golf.
No, I did.
Oh,
I did.
Well, I canceled my tee time for today.
It's 25-degree October day.
Oh.
It's really nice out there today.
I was -2 after 2 holes.
Oh, no.
And I'm thinking,
I was 1 under after.
This is the day. This
So
is
you're
the day.
calling the front desk being like, what's the course record again?
Yeah. No. Even on the front.
Oh, wow. You kept it together.
Yeah, even on the front. 77 maybe.
Nice, man. Good shooting.
Good day.
That's really good.
Back 9 was
Anytime it starts
disappointing.
with a 7, Kip, it's a good day.
Okay. Fair
No
enough.
more golf.
Fair enough. Before we get to Doug, we worked last night, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Detroit Red Wings. And don't want to say that you want to put too much stock into results this time of year, but
How about process?
wasn't very pretty for the Toronto Maple Leafs last night.
They stunk. I left that game, with like real fear for the year. I was like, are they slow?
Okay, all right.
No, I did.
Fear.
Dude, that was their team. They had their team that was everyone. That's their best case scenario lineup.
I wouldn't have dressed my exact roster, barring Cowan out or
Yeah. I like what they
Pezzetta
did.
in.
Hey, this is our group. Let's get used to it.
No, I would have had 2 or 3 bodies where I could say that just to make sure that if we stunk, that I could say, we're still going through a process of figuring out guys. But that was their team.
Yeah. There's their team, and the most concerning part, listen, Sam, you
guys.
think it doesn't matter, whatever.
It's baseball season. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Here's what I thought. I was like,
Don't read into anything like that.
you bring in Waugh, who's a great player. I really like him, but he's not fast. You bring in Joshua, who's not fast, and Michelli's not overly fast. And I looked at the lineup, and I just went,
Slow.
they're slow. They were
slow.
really slow last night. D's not,
The only thing I kind of draw from previous camp is like Benoit, his first exhibition game that I watched him, I'm like, this guy cannot play, can't skate.
I said last night.
No,
years ago. Okay.
When he first broke in with the Leafs, when they first brought him over, and then he was fine. So I'm really hoping that they had about 20 Benoits last night.
Yeah, this is not like a conclusion that they're going to be
They're
bad
really
or
slow. They're really slow, and then they find their way. But the one thing that did bother me last night watching the Leafs
Giving up 50 shots and never
is
having
that
the puck.
Stolars was by far and away their best player. But do you really want to put that type of night on him less than a week to go from your opener that he's got to see
get his cardio
45,
up.
50 shots on goal?
Yeah. The other concern coming out of last year is that the underlying numbers for the Leafs last year weren't great. They were 29th in shot attempt differential. The other team outshot them most of the time. They were first in the NHL in wins when getting outshot because Stolars and Wall were very good. They still have Stolars. Wall, I don't know. And so if Stolars is even anything step back and Wall's not there, and you're still getting pumped by the Detroit Red Wings, it's I don't think it's like a conclusion on the season, but I did leave last night's game going, ugh.
Seems pretty conclusion-y here,
It's
boys.
not conclusion-y.
Yeah.
It's the first, what are they going to look like was, ugh.
Far too much time in their own zone, which was a problem last year too.
It was.
Like, how many games did they win being outshot?
33 of their, how many times they win? 45?
Can you almost guarantee that won't happen again this year?
No,
I think it's close.
I don't think winning while getting outshot is something you can replicate consistently.
I don't think they can pull off 33 wins this year.
Last
being
year they
outshot.
won 52 games.
Yeah, but-
33 of them were while getting outshot. What?
just the thing that's going to suck all year is that if they're not as good as last year. We're just going to have to hear because there's no Marner. That's what's going to suck the most about them not being the same.
Well, you're way ahead. You're way ahead
listen,
right now.
I know you. And it's like every day we're going to have to come in here and be like, boy, they're slow. Boy, they're not dynamic.
They tried to sign him.
I know, but he's going to I'm dreading. So it's baseball season. They were fine last night. Didn't even happen.
All right, we can't let him stay on hold in the green room too long because he wanders. Doug MacLean in for his Off the Rails Friday, former NHL president, GM, head coach. And he's here to tell us, JB, don't panic here. They're not that bad, the Toronto Maple Leafs, right, Mac?
They were awful last night. I mean, it was
not you
pathetic.
Too.
It was pathetic to watch. I'm sorry, and Ottawa was just as bad. I mean, like, what is going on? I mean, just coming into the season. But look, and Sam, I hate to bring it up. And it's okay if Marner leaves. That happens to every team. They lose guys like Marner once in a while. You hope not very often, but once in a while happens. But it's who you replace them with that I'm concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
And you do not replace an impact player, which is what he was, an impact player. There's a dozen of them in the league. You don't replace an impact player with an NHL regular. Because you drop dramatically. You got to replace them with another player that's close, and I'm shocked that. And what I mean by that, a top 6 forward, yeah, but he was a top 3 forward. When you lose a top 3 forward, it dramatically affects your overall game, and they haven't replaced him. And it's not their fault he left. He had the right to go. He had the right to demand what he did. But they got to replace him. And I'm sorry, their lineup has got a bunch of pluggers right now. I like the grit. But speed is a factor. Last night they looked slow. So I would give the Marchella kid, Marchella, is that how you say? I would give him an opportunity. Machelli to move up in the lineup here. The kid can make plays. He's got some skill. Move him up and give him a chance to become a top 6 player unless you're going to trade for one.
Well, they started Max there, Domi.
I know.
And
Max Domi. Hey, Nick, I know you love Max Domi, but he's not a top 6 player.
Listen, I think that's a safe assessment that he's not spent the first 10 years of his career as a lock-in, as a top winger.
Why do they think he's a top 6 all of a sudden?
Lack of
Why
options.
do they think what?
Lack of options.
That's right. Lack of options. That's my point.
And he does possess more skill than what the third and fourth line have.
But he can, if he's on the third line, he fits in better there. He's got grit, but to have him as a top 6 guy in a league where top 6 players they're the guys that make the games that winnable. They make the plays to give you a chance. I know you need grit and you need checkers and you need all that. I know that's really important. Put Riley up and forward.
Gosh.
He's lost it on defense. He can't play defense. What are you going to do with him?
The call-in show from.
I told you last year they haven't won a Stanley Cup since Red Kelly played center for them. And he was a defenseman when he came from Detroit. See if it works. See if it works magic. But I mean, he's lost on the blue line. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
tough day for the old Leafies here. Jeez.
Remember the good old days when we played 9-11 exhibition games and you can work out a few kinks? You don't have any time now.
I mean, Stolarz, is he going to be okay for game 1?
Is he out for maintenance?
All right?
Maintenance day today.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
That was painful. I could only watch 2 periods. I had to shut it off. Well, then I went to Ottawa, and that was worse. Oh, my God. And I'll tell you, with Ottawa, they need some toughness in that lineup. Montreal are laughing at them. When did Montreal become so tough that now they're chirping? Gallagher's going by their bench chirping at them. I mean, They need some toughness. And mark my words. Ottawa will make a move this week to bring some toughness into their dressing room.
Ooh,
mark my words.
We'll watch for that.
So how do you power rank the 3 Canadian teams in the Atlantic? Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto.
Well, I gave you the Eastern standings last week. Did you not write them down? Like, seriously, do I have to repeat myself?
Yes, you do.
What?
You do have to repeat yourself.
Yeah, well, here it is, Florida. Like, Toronto and Ottawa are not even close to Florida and Tampa right now, guys. So I've got Florida, Tampa Bay, Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, Detroit, Boston, Buffalo.
All right.
So
I'll write it down this time.
So let me give you the West. You want the West? Write this down so I don't have to repeat myself next week. Colorado, number 1. These are the 8 teams I've got in the playoffs.
Okay.
Colorado, number 1. Vegas, number 2. Winnipeg, number 3. LA, number 4.
Oh, my goodness.
Edmonton, number 5.
Wow.
Dallas, number 6. Utah are going to make the playoffs. And St. Louis is the 8th team.
St. Louis misses the playoffs.
St. Louis make the playoffs.
Oh, they make the playoffs. Okay. All right.
As the 8th team.
As the 8th
Who are we
team.
missing there? Minnesota, Colorado is the top team. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
what?
Minnesota's make the big signing, and I don't have them in the playoffs. I just like Zuccarella's out for another month at least. Big loss for them. So I've got that's who I've got is making the playoffs.
We had Billy Guerin on the other day. I don't know if you caught him on our show, but he was great. But
I only get your show when I'm on. So.
Okay. That doesn't surprise us. Mac, he basically said we needed to sign him at whatever cost, and we'll just figure out the rest.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, is that okay? Because you don't lose these type of players, and as you said with Marner, they're hard to replace. So, ultimately, did they do the right thing at $17 million just to keep a star player and we'll work around the edges?
I think they had no choice. That's what I think. I didn't like Craig Leopold. In fairness to Craig, he's a fan and he's a really good guy and he's a really good owner. But him talking did not help Billy Guerin's chances. And Paul Theophanous is not an easy guy to deal with, let me tell you. I mean, look at the players he's got, and he grinds.
Sounds like he's really good at his job.
I didn't say that. I'm not complimenting him that much, but he does grind. I'm not giving him that much of a compliment.
No, because you're still in your president mode, GM mode.
I don't think Billy had any choice. And it's the same BS I listen to. I've listened to it for 20 years in the NHL. Every time somebody does a contract, what's it going to do to every other contract? I remember when we signed players in Columbus, I'd go to a GM meetings and everybody would be whining, Nash sets a new standard. And I said to Berkey, you didn't set a new standard when you signed Jovanovski in Vancouver? That didn't help me. I mean, it happens all the time. It's happened for 20 years, and it just goes away eventually, I mean, it doesn't help Edmonton with McDavid. I mean, what's he going to do now? What's he want? He's going to get whatever he wants.
But he can't want a lot, or else he'll take away his chances of winning or spending money to help him win. He's caught, Mac. He can't only get 17 or 18 million because it takes away a good chance to win this year.
Is he the only guy in the league that's going to do that? Do you think Hughes wasn't worried about that? The kid that just signed, and the next Hughes brothers won't be worried about it when they're up, and every other superstar is not going to worry about it. Is Connor and Sid the only two on the face of the earth that worry about that? It seems that way to me. God bless Sid for what he did. I mean, Dubas is making more money than he and Sid. I don't think that word is right, but anyway. So anyway,
Well,
look,
it's the next few years he's trying to protect. If he signs a 2-year deal, he can't sign for $40 million. It will not help his chances to win a Stanley Cup, clearly.
No, but what's I mean, what is he supposed to do? Take $3 million less?
That's what people believe that's going to happen. People believe that he will not pass Kirill.
I've got them today as the 5th best team in the West. That's where I've got them.
Why so low for a team back-to-back Cup finals?
I didn't like the depth they signed this summer. I didn't really like it. They're going back with the same group on the back end, essentially. They're going back with the same goaltender. Ingram, I mean, look, I know he just got to come back from sick leave. I mean, I liked him a little bit last year in Utah, but I don't see the improvement. I mean, Ike Howard and some of these young guys, I mean, they're decent moves, but I just don't see them as an improved hockey team. I don't. I mean, it's going to be, Hyman is a month before he can play, apparently. I mean, how do you guys have them? I mean, they go to the finals. I mean, can they do it 3 years in a row going to the finals? It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, it's just, those two guys are so good. Certainly they pull them through and but
they're going to put Draisaitl again now with McDavid, which is, I like that because Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is as good as any number 2 centerman in the league. So I actually don't mind that move. It gives them a little better look, in my opinion, with Nugent-Hopkins in the second hole. He's a good player, that kid.
What about Dallas? 6th. They just traded for Rantanen that was supposed to put him over the top to win a Stanley Cup last year. Why do you have him 6th?
Well, I guess, who are they better than? They're not better than Colorado. They're not better than Vegas. They're not better than Winnipeg. Were last year, at least. LA, I like LA better. Edmonton, I've got them right there with Edmonton, like a half a point behind Edmonton.
I think they're better than LA.
LA stinks.
Well, hey,
they don't stink.
Listen,
they don't stink. But they're not.
You give me your list, and I'll put my list there. You got my list, and let's see who's right at the end of the season.
So this is your segment. It's not mine.
If I'm wrong, I'll be the first one not to admit
it. Perfect. Hey, Mac, what do you think?
By the way, one other thing.
Yeah.
Utah. I'm so sick of excuses coming out of Utah. I don't want to hear any more excuses. They've got the new owner. They've got the new building. They got the great city. I don't mean Utah, but that franchise. No more BS. This is their year to make it. The coach, in my opinion, should be on the hot seat right here. I'm wondering if he's an NHL. I like lots of things about him. I don't know if he'll survive if they don't get off to a good start. But no more excuses.
It is funny how you go from
Seattle could be better. So.
And it is funny how you go from everyone being like, yeah, they're not even trying to win, no pressure. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, now it's time. Let's see what Utah really is. I wanted to get your thoughts on these young kids signing long contracts. Jackson LaCombe, Luke Hughes, 7 years, 8 years at 21, 22 years old. Well, 22 and 24, actually. What are your thoughts on those deals?
Well, it used to be let's get the bridge deal done and then you get another crack at it. But why, I guess you want, I know the Matthews thing and how they've played it out with Matthews, and now he gets another crack at it. I understand all that. But the difference for me is the money they're paying them. How do you not take it when they give you $9 million a year and $8 million a year when you've barely played in the league? I mean, I don't know how you turn that down, Bourne. I just don't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess you got to get the money when you can get the money. You don't know what's coming next.
Yeah, if they're coming through like they were in the old days, even when Matthews was going there, I would take a shorter deal, a bridge deal, and then hit your big home run. But now they give the top dollars right out of the chute.
So
they're scared to
Anaheim
death of losing guys.
Anaheim's an interesting scenario here with Jackson LaCombe, who was 6 years ago the 39th pick overall, and now he's making $9 million a year. If If by chance Pat Verbeek's wrong here, is this like a fork in the road for some general managers? Can Pat Verbeek still do well as a general manager if he's completely wrong on this guy?
First of all, I don't think he's going to be wrong on him.
Okay.
I think he's going to be a really, really good, important player for that team. He might be wrong this year on him, but I think in the long run, he's not going to be wrong on him. That's my opinion. Can it get
hedging's good now? It's a good gamble to hedge on what you think is your quality nuclei kind of guy.
I think when you figure out who your core guys are and you get them locked up, like how many teams are going to be held up by these guys at 7 years pro? They're buying some unrestricted time. I don't think it's a bad thing right now. And the cap's going to go through the roof. I want to know with all these teams worth $1 billion, like seriously, $1 billion. Winnipeg, I love the franchise. I hear they're up against it big time right now. I hear that.
What do you mean?
Well, financially. I mean,
when did Gary go out there and talk to the corporate world in Winnipeg and say, you guys got to get behind this team?
Mm-hmm.
Was that last year or the year before?
Year. Yeah, pretty sure.
And I think it's still there. And $1.3 billion, like, I don't look, when the salary cap came in, 17 teams were losing money. Amongst the 17 teams, the league was losing $275 million at that point before the cap. And they ran Bob Goodenow out. The players, the group of whatever, the group that all became presidents and GMs ran them out, and some agents, and they've got their cap now, and it's going through the roof. So these kids are going to get paid. The money's there. I'd like to know what the bottom lines are. I'd love to know what the bottom line is. I'd love to know what these $1 billion franchises are cash flowing. I'd love to know that.
But it's two different things, right? Like the values are not they're just based on how badly somebody wants a team.
So it's just Bitcoin. It's just like an arbitrary. We've decided they make no money. There's no pressure to make any money. Kip,
I think it's a little bit like Bitcoin. Yeah, I think
it's just like that sounds cool to own. They tell me you can spend it.
Yeah. I mean, what does not making money each year mean? Here's what it means. It means the main owner has to phone the minority guys and say, we lost $30 million last year, and we need you to ante up and put some money in. And you know what the minority guys say? You're joking.
Mm-hmm.
You're joking. We have to dig in our pockets and put more cash in after what we had to put in to buy this franchise, and they're not happy.
But they still have to do it.
What?
You have to do it.
I guess
or else you may lose your ability to be a minority owner.
Well, what happens is if you don't pay your share, you get knocked down, and that's what lots of guys do. Instead of being a 12% owner, I'll drop down to a 7% owner. So that there's options like that, but nobody wants to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody likes cash calls either, guys, and that's what losing
Mac,
cash flow means.
The one thing I do hear is that some GMs and even some owners are not happy that the league projected 3 years ahead on the salary cap because it's cost them big time money. Like there's no way Kirill gets $17 million without not knowing the third year from now.
Right. And I said it last week to you guys, when are teams going to say, I'm sorry, my salary cap is $95 million. That's all we can afford to pay. Like, what's Nashville thinking right now? What are Ottawa thinking right now? What are Winnipeg thinking? What are these teams thinking that have to battle, to put people in their building? Columbus. I mean, how do they go to $104 million salary cap? Your fans get ticked off if you don't go to the cap. But, I mean, you've got to run it like a business. And if you're not making cash flow, I don't know how you spend $104 million on players. I don't know. What are you gonna, instead of giving the scouts the $70 a day meal money, knock them down to, that'll be the next thing will happen. They'll knock the scouts down where they have to bring sandwiches on the road. Jeez, it's bad.
Next week we need you to come on with a patch, Bet365, a patch on your shirt next week. That's how the league's going to make up money. More patches, more stickers on helmets. Like they're gonna have to find different ways to create revenue.
If I'm going to watch the Leafs play like that last night, they better take the milk one off and put a booze sticker on because I can't watch that if that's milk. They played like a lot of them played like they were bags of milk. So put a different sticker on. Put a booze sticker on there. Put a bourbon or something on there, and it might make me feel a little better.
Oh God, I don't know where to go from there.
I don't either.
Anyway,
I think we're good.
I played golf today. I was worried I was going to miss the show. I phoned Sammy, an emergency call to Sammy about missing, not being finished in time. But we scrambled and we got through it.
How'd you hit it?
I broke my damn sand wedge today.
Over your knee?
Well, after the third time of trying to get out of a trap, I finally threw it out of the trap. And then I threw my sand trap and it hit a damn washer thing and snapped in two. So, I mean, I was so mad about the way the Leafs played last night, I couldn't focus on my golf game. Much for the sand wedge. No. I know, Jill. Just a minute. I know, Jill. I'm an idiot. I apologize. Anyway.
Listen, you're rounding up. We've had you already on twice. The season hasn't even started, and you've had a good training camp. Okay.
Yeah.
You're ready to go.
I'm the Stolars of this show.
Well, you're the only one that showed up for this segment.
No, you guys have been good.
All right, Mac. Thanks for doing this as always, my friend.
Hey guys, thanks a lot for having me.
Yes.
Thank
Doug
you very
MacLean,
much,
everybody.
Mac. Appreciate it.
Former NHL president, GM, head coach, and I don't know what else he's doing. I think he's writing another book. Which is just horrible for us.
Well, I would say I've got an extra wedge. I should get out to Doug somehow.
Yeah.
You righty? Do you know Doug a righty or a lefty?
Strikes me as a lefty.
I think he's righty.
Is he?
Okay.
Yeah.
Send him.
He's definitely listening. So.
All right, Doug, I got a wedge for you, pal.
Oh, he did hung up. Okay.
Waiver wire.
Yeah. A little surprising.
We got a lot of names on there.
Only one I knew. There are a lot of not exciting names. I can read them to you if you want.
Well, just give me names familiar with.
Well, David Kämpf got waived.
Okay. Any other significant names off any Canadian teams?
Let me see here. No.
I'm curious if Kämpf gets
Niels Amen in Vancouver got it.
Who else?
Yeah.
Kämpf makes $2.4 million this year and next.
With another year.
30 years old. He's a good centerman.
Okay, but news came down today that Scott Laughton will be out. What the Leafs, I think, described as week to week with a lower body. We covered the game.
Yeah.
Everybody could see a puck hit his ankle, or that area, the foot area. So, if we sat here and speculated that he broke his foot, I don't think it would be a huge stretch.
Right. Okay.
So, if we forecast or project a possibility of 4 to 6 weeks, why put Kämpf on waivers?
Well,
they want to get rid of that money that badly?
I guess get rid of the money. The other thing, though, I think, if they want one of those guys that's sitting out it feels like Kelly Yarncroc had a good camp. Everyone's talking about he's healthy and he's looked good.
But you need
play center?
You need a fourth-line
Steven
center.
Lorenz can play center.
Oh, gosh. No.
He's played center in the league.
No.
Well, then.
I don't think he's ever proven that he could play center for a long period of time.
So that's why this is so weird. Like, you're going through the names of lists of people, and for the guy that,
Well, then it's Domi going down,
playing
3C and or Wah, whichever. I mean, their third and fourth lines are kind of interchangeable.
They're so convinced that Kämpf will not be claimed that they think it's a safe bet. And if by chance he does get claimed, I think it's a win-win because they can lose the $2.4 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's
So they're just going to kind of paper it together with their in-house options for the fourth line center?
So if he does clear, then they can just send him down whenever they want for 30 days or something like that.
I believe if Scott Laughton didn't get hurt, Kämpf was going to start with the Toronto Marlies.
Yeah. And now that's not entirely clear.
I don't know how you can.
Yeah.
Right? This is what depth is all about. But
Mm.
if it's if the depth is too expensive, then I think there might be a small window. But I don't see anybody claiming David Kämpf. Not
Interesting,
yet.
too.
Not yet, anyways.
Interesting, too, because I didn't think Easton Cowan had a great night last night.
I was glad you brought this up.
Yeah.
Like, are the Leafs allowed to start a guy that's overqualified for the Marlies and let him play there for a couple months and then have him be part of the playoff run, like teams have done with?
Yeah.
It's happened a million times.
Totally.
Like
Let him take that
Dallas
sort
has
of,
done a bunch of that. Like,
intermediate
yeah,
step.
like I just kind of watched that game last night, and there's a couple plays where he just looks like a young man out there.
Yeah.
Overpowered physically. Like it's exciting to have him on the team. If he makes it, it's new blood. It's something different. I understand all from a fan's perspective, but from like an actual team development, I don't know if it's the smartest thing.
On our
I don't.
broadcasts for the Leaf preseason, I had said for 6 or 8 minutes potentially I want Pizzetta.
Mhm.
And I know you've been a fan.
Yep.
So, like, I'm with you.
I would like to
put him there
see.
on the wing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's been a moment in an exhibition game. They've been watching them in practice, but I haven't seen anything in an exhibition game where I'm like, there it is. That's what I was hoping for. It hasn't happened yet.
With Cowan?
No,
Oh,
Pizzetta.
Yeah.
So I agree, though, that Pizzetta he's played 200 games in the NHL.
But you signed him.
Yeah.
You made a commitment.
2-year deal, 200 games in the league. He can do it. Yeah. Maybe that lets Cowan get a month or two under his belt. But I do get the impression they want to keep Cowan. As much as we're saying this, I get the impression the Leafs want to keep Cowan.
And how frustrated is Nick Robertson right now because it's just he cannot get off this treadmill of not being able to find a spot.
Yeah.
This is pathetic. This is how much I think about sports, but I had a dream last night that he got traded to the Minnesota Wild. So maybe it's because we had Billy Garrett on the show this week. Maybe I'm thinking about it, but I feel like it's imminent.
Yeah.
Like him to somewhere for a 4th-round pick feels imminent to me. Doesn't it? Or they're just going to keep stringing him.
I've been feeling that way for 2 years.
They're going to just keep stringing him along and in and out of the lineup, and I just
he finally got money.
He'll get claimed. I think if he's on waivers, he'll get claimed.
They're not going to waive him. They're not going to.
Then just
This is the thing. They're like so worried about this guy's going to go somewhere else and burn you. Then play him.
Yeah.
where?
Well, what do you mean where?
Where?
You got Domi as a whole, Michelli, you got Cowan in your lineup right now. If you can't beat out any of these guys, then waive him.
You can't.
Well, then waive him. This whole thing
he's
that they're
not
afraid he's
beating out
going to go
those
somewhere
names
and
that you
burn them. I think it's very funny they won't give him a Robertson a chance up the lineup at all his whole time here.
Ever.
No.
Text.
Oh, yeah, we'll do text.
We're going to take a break, but
Yeah.
text 590-590 if you got any questions.
Open night tonight. No real. I mean, you can some preseason hockey on Sportsnet tonight if you're into that sort of thing. Sabres and Penguins at 7:00 preseason action. But what I was going to say is lots of little clips from the Amazon series trickling into my news feed. Saw Luke Fox wrote a biggest takeaway article on Sportsnet.ca about it, so it's starting to be out
is
there.
That right?
Will you maybe tonight? A couple of beveraginos and watch that.
So it's on now.
It's on.
You can catch it.
Yeah. Like, do I have to? Like, I'm asking if I come in
How
on
many
Monday.
episodes is there? How many episodes?
I don't know. But if it's at Jack Eichel having
I'll
dinner
watch
with his friends again, I'm not going to do that. But I'll watch the Four Nations one. Maybe the Leafs one.
Here's Luke's 5 takeaways. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah.
Shanahan leaves believing. He still believes in the
No.
Leafs. Nylander's dad is making up for lost time is the next thing.
Oh, my.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't have time to read all that on air. The Kachuk boys steal the Leafs episode. Oh, boy.
Oh, Jesus.
You're not going to like that, Sam.
No.
Marner and Matthews cameos are brief and uncomfortable. Oh, geez. Look at some of the quotes in there. And Berube isn't afraid to use the S word. Oh, and that, by the way, is not the curse. It's soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of him MF-ing Matthews on the bench. Do you see that clip?
No.
Where he's like, go out there, lead by example. And then Willie's like, you're slow, you're not skating. He's effing
Oh, yeah.
Matthews?
Matthews and Willie.
They're giving it to Matthews.
Berube is.
Yeah.
When they're down 3-0 in Game 7, he is yelling at them. telling them like go out there and lead. Like he's on.
You know what? It surprises me that okay, Marner, I understand if in the back of his mind he's like, I'm out of here, man. I'm not taking part in any of this.
Okay.
But why is Austin Matthews the face of the franchise, the captain, the leader,
Okay, yeah.
and he's not prominent in this. He's sparse. Was that the word?
Their cameos are brief and
Brief and uncomfortable.
I bet you.
Tell me why the face of the franchise of the Toronto Maple Leafs is brief.
Because he probably didn't want to be in it.
Didn't want a camera in his face during the playoffs.
Why don't you want to be in it?
Because he probably
guys like you pick them apart.
And listen,
This is your market. You are the face. You are the leader. You are the guy.
But
you're
you're not
the guy
trying
that
to sell the Leafs. They don't care.
You were the guy that was screaming about McDavid being too much. So which way do you want it?
But at least he's there.
Oh, no. I don't know.
No. He did it.
Yeah.
He did it.
Yeah, but he didn't want to do it. But he
did it.
But he was
Sam.
not. Yeah, but they just had
Why
cameras
did he
on
do
him.
it?
They
Why
had
did he do
cameras
it?
on him, and then they closed the gate. And you're like, that's too much access.
But he
you
still
yelled about that.
did it. You still you saw him.
Yeah.
And you got a feel of what this guy, his intensity.
Yeah.
The other guy, nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that yet. We haven't seen it, but Luke does. I'm reading here and says that Matthews come in. The one thing he says to the cameras is out. Gives him the see you later in one of the.
Yeah, he babs him. He did give him the old babs.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That shows some personality.
Yeah. I can't wait to not watch.
Sorry,
Amazon. Sorry, Amazon. I love
you
you.
an assignment now.
Oh, you're not going to make me do that.
No, I'm making you watch it.
There's 6 episodes.
But they're not Leafs episodes.
I know. Yeah.
You're going to watch it.
I got a busy weekend, so it's going to have to be
come
tonight.
Monday, you better do your homework, my friend.
Listen, I'm going to a Jays game on Saturday.
I'm going too.
You are?
I am going to go.
Well, I think our seats might be a different spot. Kipper's going to be in the caviar section. Gucci row. I'll be in the bleeders.
Nah, you got great seats right behind second base.
Get out of here.
All right, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, text 59590. We'll read them after the break.
590, anything, anywhere you want to go on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. We'll be back after these words. Welcome back to the program. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. All right, Sammy, I'll let you fast forward a few parts over Amazon, that you deem
Thank God.
Like boring. I don't know what boring.
No, listen, I love Amazon and I love how much they're trying to bring people into the game.
Yes.
But when I was watching the last season, I was like, oh, this is kind of compelling. I got to get my heart broken again watching the Leafs stuff. And then it's like, how about Jack Eichel and Noah Hannafin at an Italian dinner? I'm like, click. I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to see this. It's like, oh, I have all the boys over and we have a meal. It's like, holy God. Like,
all right.
Yeah. It's like, wow, what a thrill. Oh,
part of the problem is that hockey players are inherently boring, and the schedule makes it hard to do cool things.
What's next? Like their aloe sponsorships and kale smoothies. Like, holy crap, boys. Anyways.
Blenders.
I do think you get a much better sense, though, for the people that you're watching, and that's the point, right? It's like when you're watching Full Swing or F1, you get an idea for these.
But the problem is they all want to be the F1. F1 one was so great because it's fast cars.
But
like,
it's egos and
hunky
money.
Dudes and like exotic locations. And then they're like, how about white guys in Florida playing golf? And everybody's
Humble
like, well, this is not quite as good. Why is this not as enjoyable as the F1 one?
Yeah.
But anyways.
We did get a little bit of insight on Sheldon and Kyle and the way things kind of got
but that was
run.
wasn't that a different one? Was
I
that
don't
still
know.
They
Amazon?
did just a
Is
Leaf
that
series
HBO?
called All or Nothing. No, it was
Amazon. Yeah,
Amazon.
But it was Leafs only series.
We're getting killed in the narrative. Because Matthew said we need to open it up, remember? And then he was pissed off about that.
Yeah.
God.
But see, there's usually something you can grab onto and be like, oh, now I have a better idea how these guys think or feel. I'm going to watch it for
Never
sure.
finished that one. How did it end?
Well, same as the other ones.
Pretty predictable ending.
Sometimes you don't want to open up the curtains because you see the wizard.
of Oz there.
You see the wizard and he's about 5'6".
Yeah.
And you just want to kind of cuff him in the head.
I say this all the time. That was like my biggest, most eye-opening thing when I was video coach, and then you get to be with the Leafs and the organization. You learn it's a bunch of just people making decisions. There is no secret
And sometimes
sauce or
bad ones.
formula, and just guys being like, "What do you think?" I don't know. What do you think? Everyone's just kind of doing their best everywhere you go.
Tex. Mike and Barry. I hope when the regular season starts, there will be less money talk. Enough already.
Totally.
Go Jays, go.
Totally. I actually had this conversation online with some people who are like, it stinks as a hockey fan that you have to know about the salary cap and state taxes and waivers. And, like, can we just talk about hockey and the players and which players your team wants and not like, oh,
that's why
that's
why it's the best in playoffs when we talk about it, because it's
money
just
never comes.
It doesn't matter, except for when the Panthers cheat. But other than that, it doesn't come up.
Everything's relative to ultimately what you see on the ice. So how do you not have that conversation?
I know we have to because it's relevant.
So here we are, Connor McDavid and the future of him in Edmonton, and it's all based on money. So how do you not have that conversation? How do you avoid it? Impossible.
No, it's a massive part of why player movement occurs in the NHL. So if you want to know in advance where people are going and when, we told you weeks ago David Kämpf was going to be on waivers.
Like, good comment.
Because of money.
But unrealistic.
No, but I do get it. I wish there was a way to talk about it less.
I do get it.
But if you want to
Get
know
rid of
about
the salary
league,
cap, then we're good. No salary cap,
I
then
do
you're
think
good.
as the cap gets higher, it'll be less important to worry about
I couldn't tell you what one Toronto Blue Jay makes.
God, that's a great point.
Actually, I could. George Springer makes $25 million.
Yeah,
and Vladdy makes $500
like the big
million.
contracts, but outside of that, it's like
gun in my head. What does Ernie Clement make?
$650,000.
No idea.
$16 million.
Varsho,
no idea.
Varsho could make $100 million or $5 million. I'd have no idea. And I watch the team every single day.
So true.
And nobody's hating anybody because of it.
Well, Vladdy has a bad series against the Yanks, but people might be hating him.
But you're right. Like Marner here
one guy.
and
Yeah,
Willie,
one guy.
it was all money based. Tavares.
But it's not putting pressure on the organization. It's not putting pressure on the product.
No, right.
And that's the biggest difference.
Cole from Toronto here. How do players feel when their coach is in year 2 of their tenure versus year 1? More comfortable? Don't have to prove themselves as much? Question marks on both those statements.
So let's use Nick Robertson as an example after a year with Craig Berube. Okay. Worse?
It's tough to change your lot.
It all depends on your relationship with this guy and how much he likes you or trusts you or all of it. It's just, after a year, am I better or worse in this relationship?
Now, I'll say I was a guy that coaches liked. I listened and I knew our systems and I tried hard, by and large. So the more I had a coach, the better it went. College, junior, the more I had a coach, the better it went. There are some guys who do not listen and do not know the systems and don't stick to the structure. And the longer you're with that coach, the more frustrated they get. And you can see guys wear on coaches over time. So it depends.
Michelli in Utah, right? It's Tourney, right? The head coach there? Yeah, they had a horrible relationship.
Is that right?
Yes, horrible. And they went at it a few times. And it's like, and next thing you know, he's a healthy scratch for over 30 games.
I liked Michelli, by the way, last night. He made some plays.
And
such a slow golfer. He was like, you got to go.
Patrick
Michelli, there's some people that believe that he didn't get a fair shake there either. And he's better than what the coach thought. Toronto now, you got Nick Robertson, Berube cannot find him a place to play over a year now.
It's crazy.
So
it's crazy, the Robertson.
That's where the frustration lies with relationships that you have with a coach, and sometimes it just gets worse, right? The hole gets bigger for a player to dig out of, and there's no question Nick Robertson would love a fresh change. Michelli's got one, so
it makes a huge difference. Fresh start for those guys.
All the talk about the new Riley, same as ever. No compete in front of the net and poor decisions on when to pinch. Way too many 2-on-1s in the game, Wayne from Milton.
Yeah, I think in the last game we saw 3, I think, in the second period, if I'm not mistaken. And
now that
I think he gets caught a couple times. Yeah, that's a fair observation.
God, I would love for Morgan Riley one year to have a $10 million D-man on the team who runs the power play, and he's just making 7 and, being pretty good and not in the spotlight. But this year it's going to be like, you're the number 1 D.
They're pushing OEL now for offense.
I have noticed that in preseason, too.
Yes.
He's made some great plays. He's up the rink a bit more.
Yeah.
Put him on PP1.
They may. That
Do
may
it.
happen.
Just do
Actually,
it.
that'll definitely happen at times. If Riley struggles, they'll definitely try that.
Steve and Salmon Arm. Hi,
Salmon Arm,
guys.
what's up, BC? Shoo-schwaps.
I think you can tell the Yankees and Red Sox series was good for the Blue Jays by all the second guessing of the managerial decisions made in Game 3. Thoughts?
It was a great series. How about
Booney didn't have to make many decisions yesterday with the
just
pitching
roll
staff.
Schlitter out for 8 innings strong?
Schlittler. It's a tough one to say on the radio. Schlittler, back out there.
Yankees are kind of making me nervous.
Yeah,
for the
they
Jays.
should. They're massive favorites in the series against the
Love
Jays,
that.
Sam was saying.
Love that. They're
They're
minus
three-
one,
it's
minus
minus
150.
And
That's
I
minus
think
150.
they're a lot healthier than they were last year too.
Here-
Like I know still the big man there, Judge. Sorry, Judge is still being challenged, I guess, with his arm.
Yeah.
But he scares me.
Here's what you can't. Okay. Not to go full Blair and Barker because they're about to come up and give a full breakdown. But keep the ball in play against the Yankees. They'll boot it around. They always do. Don't walk anybody for their home runs so that they have 1 and 2 run home runs as opposed to grand slams and 3 run home runs. And just hope that you get some timely hitting. But you have to keep the ball in play against them because they boot it. They love to boot it. They are brutal on defense.
Yeah, they'll throw in the
Brutal.
first 3 rows.
That's what I mean.
The most important decision, though, is like, how do you roll out your pitchers? Jeff Blair, the other
Yes.
day, I was chatting with him, and I think you may have heard this too, where he said that maybe you go Savage game 2
You
because
do.
it's in Toronto
You do.
rather than his first playoff start being in Yankee Stadium.
Under the lights on a
You know,
on a
so instead
Monday,
of
Tuesday
Gosman
night.
Bieber, you go Gosman, Savage,
Yeah.
Bieber.
I'm going tomorrow. I am cripplingly nervous.
Are you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the stakes are high for with fandom because the Yankees fans, bringing the Yankees into a playoff series, it's a whole ecosystem of just,
It's like Leafs in a playoff series.
it's just what follows them is a lot of stuff online and offline you have to deal with. And losing to them, the stakes are incredibly high for fans.
If the
They
Leafs
really
are worth $4.3 billion or whatever, what are the New York Yankees worth?
More.
Like $10 billion though? Like
Yeah.
they're a monster.
A gazillion.
Yeah, just a made up number. As Doug was saying, they're all made up numbers anyway.
Yeah, it's like
If teams making $0 of revenue, or net
according
profits.
to Forbes, they are between 8.2 and 8.4 billion
Yeah.
dollars with a B.
You got teams making no actual money that are worth $1 billion. So that's the baseline.
Valley isn't Valley. Like, where is he from? Like, why is he wearing a Yankee hat? I know
Toronto guy,
I
isn't
know,
he?
but he lives down there. But like, if I lived in New York for 15 years, I wouldn't wear a Yankee.
You know, though, I look at like my wife's family, like Clark Gillies down there lived in New York from when he was 20 years old till the rest of his life, almost 50 years. He was cheering for the New York teams.
Steve Elliott is from Etobicoke, Ontario.
Yes.
and he's wearing a Yankee hat. I'm sorry,
That's
like,
actually
not
pretty
not to
bad,
like put
Valley.
our boy on blast here. Hope he's listening. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It just
But he
is.
lives in New York.
Oh, so
He's been
okay.
there
I
30
could-
years. I don't know how long he's been there.
Oh, I'm
20
gonna live in New
something?
York and put on a Yankee hat. Sorry,
That's okay.
it's a little weird.
Know your audience, man.
It's a little weird.
They didn't grow up a Jays fan. I don't know.
Maybe this for the fans will turn into a little Ryder Cup kind of thing.
I think there's definitely going to be some Canada USA stuff for sure. I saw a big glob of Yankee fans chanting F the Blue Jays at the Yankee game after last night. So here we go, boys. Monday, what are we coming in? What's the series going to be? We coming on Monday.
Split. The
1-1.
split.
Jays get tomorrow against Luis Hill, and then Freed deals game.
First pitch, 4 p.m. Eastern.
408.
4:08.
Go find Kyper in the Gucci row.
Look for Sammy. Our thanks to Doug MacLean on this Off the Rails Friday. Another terrific week, guys.
We nailed it. What do you,
All right.
I mean, hey,
Another perfect
Just
week
mirrored-
as usual.
Leafs haven't started playing yet, so it's going
Enjoy the
great.
weekend, and then we'll be mere days away of opening. Tuesday night is NHL?
Yeah,
Yes.
October 7th. And then
October
October 8th.
Florida,
Leafs start.
Chicago, night, Chicago.
All right.
Oof.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you get a chance, give us a rating and review. We'd love to hear from you.